What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. I want to talk about selling beats. I've been asked a few times, what do I do to sell my beats online? How do I go about marketing myself and getting myself out there? How do I start making money selling beats? That is a key question that has no one easy answer, but there are a few things you can start doing right now that's going to help you get some results. One of the things that I think that people should focus on is not getting too caught up on feeling like they have to sell their beats to artists. There's a lot of different avenues and a lot of different ways that you can make money off of your music, and I'm gonna go over some of those things with you. The first thing I would say is you need to market yourself. And fortunately for you, we're living in a day and age where social media is everything. Try to keep in mind, everything can feel like it's not working in the beginning. So if you're uploading your music or you're on social media and you're trying to get heard and you're trying to get your beats out there and you're trying to do all this stuff, it's not going to work in the beginning. It's not like you're going to upload a beat on Instagram and then you're going to get like 100 sales that next day or something like that. Like, you have to be consistent. And the reason I said social media is so important is because social media is a free platform that allows you to be consistent and allows you to reach millions and millions of people without having to pay some kind of fee to do that. And that's part of the problem with being consistent in the music business sometimes, is all of these different things that you need in order to push your career forward or market yourself a certain kind of way. A lot of times you have to spend money on it. So it's hard to stay consistent because being consistent in the way you need to be consistent requires you to have some sort of financial stability. And I mean, we're all working 9 to 5s and just trying to stay above water. So social media is your friend. Not just to go in there and post pictures, but really hit social media hard with marketing yourself. Like, make videos, make beat videos and upload your beat videos on Instagram. Start following artists, start following producers. Make sure your videos are interesting. A lot of these platforms like Facebook and Instagram, they're visual platforms, especially Instagram. They're visual platforms. And people are taking in a lot of information just through their eyes, just from what they're watching. They're scrolling up their phone, and in order for someone to stop on your post, you need to post something interesting. It doesn't have to necessarily be you in a video dancing or tap dancing or doing some kind of craziness to make them stop on your video. Sometimes the video just needs to be interesting to look at. Say you made a beat that you think Drake could rap on. Instead of uploading on Instagram a photo of Drake and writing Drake type beat and just putting the beat there, maybe try to find a video online where the graphics or the animation or something goes with your music. So as soon as they're scrolling on the Instagram, just seeing the graphics is already really cool looking and makes them want to stop, and then they'll notice your music. Doing things like that on a consistent basis, and when I say consistent, I mean every other day, or even if it's hard for you to do every other day, doing it like every week you're posting like 3 or 4 beats on Instagram or something like that, and you're doing that consistently, that's going to draw attention and it's going to make people start contacting you. And it doesn't necessarily, try not to think so much about you needing people to contact you to buy beats. What you need is attention. You need people to talk. You need people to co-sign and to recommend, and that stuff starts happening when you're consistently putting stuff out to the public. So try to really use your social media platforms and post as much as you can post, and really put your music out there. The next thing I would say is an obvious thing. You're probably already doing it. Look into websites like BeatStars that can kind of be a hub for your music and allow, it's kind of like a store for your music, and it lets you sell your beats online. Start uploading beats every day. Go on BeatStars, upload your beats on your profile every single day. You'd be surprised, man. It's not just about the country that you live in. These websites are connected all over the world. And just having your music out there when you're sleeping in one part of the world, when you're sleeping in another part of the world, it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon and there's an artist in Europe somewhere looking on BeatStars for beats, and they might come across your page, and you might end up waking up to having a beat sold. You know, like, upload your stuff on there. But again, don't look for quick results. Try to figure out what it is you're doing that's not working, and then trying to improve on that, and that can slowly start to bring you better results. The next thing I would say is create a YouTube channel and start uploading your music on there. This is kind of like the trifecta effect. You have the social media, you have your store where you're selling your beats, and then you have your YouTube channel. All of these platforms are platforms that millions of people go to all the time to look for music. YouTube in particular has a lot of content creators. A lot of people have channels, and they're not rappers. They're not necessarily looking for a beat to rap to. Sometimes they're just looking for a beat to add as background music to one of their videos. And you can, if you're being consistent and you're uploading stuff on a normal basis, you can start to build relationships with these people, and again, more attention and more traffic will be drawn to you. You have to keep in mind that the biggest thing for you as a producer is consistency. You're very rarely gonna sell a beat for $5,000. Like, your wins, your gains are gonna come from small steps from small steps becoming more frequent. So if you only sold a beat for $20, but if you're selling multiple beats a day for $20, that can start to add up. And the way you get those sales is by building like kind of like I don't want to say a fan base, but yeah, it is. You kind of want to build a fan base. You want to have a hub of artists or a hub of creators that like your music, like they like what you do. One of the rare and great things about being a producer and being yourself is the fact that being yourself is what makes you dope. You don't necessarily, you might make a beat in the same tempo as another producer, but your style and approaching it is totally different than another producer, which makes you special. And building a fan base means building a collective of people that find what you do special. And so when they're looking for music, they will come to you first because you have a sound that they want to keep using for whatever it is they're using it for. And so the best thing you can do for yourself is to not try to chase money, but just try to get heard, get your music out there. Because once you start to build that fan base, and once you have, for example, say an artist buys your beat, they're working on an album, they buy one of your beats off of BeatStars or something like that. They're probably gonna come back and buy another beat. Your goal is to get a handful of artists that want to buy your beat, and that way, every single time they want to record a song, they'll come check on you first. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that in a large scale, that's when you start to see some kind of change, and you start to see a little bit of money coming in. But don't chase it, man. The most successful I've ever been in life, and this is beats aside, the most successful I've ever been in life with anything I've tried to do creatively, I've gotten the best results when I wasn't chasing something, when I was just doing it free-spirited and just trying to enjoy myself. And if you just come home every day and just make a lot of beats and start uploading all your beats, start making cool graphical videos and uploading them on Instagram, tag your videos on Instagram, tag them, getting the right tags, that's going to be really helpful. You're going to start seeing changes. The next thing I would say to do is do your homework and start to look for what people are looking for. So one of the things I do when I go on YouTube, if I'm trying to upload a YouTube, a beat video or something like that, the titles of these videos and these songs and stuff matter. It's all a part of search engine. It's all a part of the things that people are looking for. So someone might be looking for a Drake type beat. And if that's what they're looking for, that's what they're gonna type into the search engine. So if you have a Drake type beat and you title it Frozen Flowers, like, how many people is really searching Frozen Flowers? And the people that are searching Frozen Flowers, like, they're probably florists or something. Like, they're not there for your beat. So one of the ways you can help bring more traffic to your page or whatever it is you're doing is tagging. If you're on Instagram, tag your videos the proper way, and if you're on YouTube uploading songs and uploading things, title your stuff the right way. Tag it the right way as well, but making the titles something that is a very common searched thing, then you're probably going to get more traffic to your page. So one of the ways that you can find out what something that's commonly searched is figure out what the audience is that you want to be searching for your music, and then go on YouTube and go to the search bar in YouTube and type what it is you think they would be looking for. Like type one word at a time. Say it's a Drake type beat. Type the word Drake in the search engine and see what comes up. Like if you just type Drake, don't hit enter, just type Drake. A drop down menu will come down of the most frequently searched things under Drake. And sometimes you might see something that says Drake beat. That means right there you know that in the title of your beat you should type the words Drake and you should type the words beat, because in the search engine it's the number 3 search thing that people are searching for. So anyone who types Drake and beat, your stuff is going to come up. Drake, beat, and maybe chill vibes. Type chill, type vibes, see what comes up. Chill vibe, chill type beat, vibey type beat, Drake vibey type beat. Type all of these things and see what comes up. And pick a few of those words to make your title. And then the other words that you didn't put into your title, put those in the tags. Like just other tags that whatever, when people are searching, your video might come up because it's a part of your tags. And the same thing with Instagram. Hashtagging your stuff. Before you hashtag your stuff, go to the search bar and search hashtags and search different hashtags to see what's most popular. Like if you have a beat that you think is a techno beat, search techno beat and see if it's even a popular thing to add as a hashtag. Something else might come up. Techno type beat might be more popular than techno beat. You need to add techno type beat as a hashtag. This is homework, but this is all the stuff you need to do before you even upload. And if you're consistent and you do this stuff on a normal basis, you will see more sales and you will generate more interest. And again, above all, the one thing that I would say is don't limit yourself to artists. Again, don't limit yourself to artists. Try to expand your reach. Do different things. Do background music for commercials, for vloggers, for all of these different kind of things. There's a lot of ways for you to make money. The very last thing I would say, if you're a producer, is something that you really should be getting into. Look into making sound kits. Look into making sound kits and look into creating maybe drum sample packs and all these different things. The thing with recording artists is they have to be working on a song, and then that's the first thing. And then the next thing is they have to stumble across your music or want to use your music in order to purchase something, right? But there's so many producers in the world, and they're always looking for sounds. I'm always looking for sounds. It's like a network of people looking for new sounds and new instruments, and that makes sound packs and sample packs a necessity for producers. Your beat may not be a necessity for an artist because there's a lot of producers making beats, but making a sample pack for producers is a necessity because no matter how many sample packs is out there, producers never stop wanting more sounds. So look into making sample packs, and the crazy thing is the turnaround time for sample packs, it could be really easy. If you think about it, if you're making, say you make like 3 beats a day, or say you have a whole hard drive full of beats, I can guarantee you if you got 90 beats on your hard drive, 70 to 80 of them are probably beats that you will never let anybody hear. They're probably beats where something is working but something isn't working. So maybe the drums sound really dope in this beat but the melody wasn't working and you just moved on and made another beat. Or maybe the melody was really awesome but the drums were just whatever and you moved on and make another beat. As producers, we make beats all the time that people will probably never get to hear. If you go through your hard drive and locate some of those older beats that you think people would never want to hear and find the things about those beats that work, you can bounce them out and make tons of sample packs. So say it was the melody that was working in this beat, but the drums wasn't working. Okay, well, that's a loop. That's a sample loop right there. I would love to use that loop. Send it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bounce out that sample loop and you make a folder full of sampled loops, and you got a whole sample pack full of loops that you didn't use because you didn't know what to do with them, but you were able to make a sample pack, and there's probably millions of producers in the world that would love to use your loops. Or vice versa. Maybe there's a bunch of drum loops and drum patterns that you have that you don't like the melodies you did to it, but you like the drums. Bounce those drums out and make a drum pack. I'm speaking from experience as a producer. I hate making drums. I do it sometimes if I have an idea, like I'll be able to knock out stuff from scratch. But a lot of times I end up just using drum loops because I just don't necessarily have the time. Like, the thing that sparks my creativity the most is melody. So I'll usually be able to come up with really cool melodies. And sometimes I will do the drums from scratch. Like, if it's something that requires me to do the drums from scratch, I'll do it from scratch. But sometimes I'm like, I know I have a bunch of sample packs of drums, and I know one of those drums will go to this beat perfectly. And you could be one of those people supplying me with drums, and I would buy them, and you'd be making money. These are all things you could be doing to bring revenue in, but more importantly, they're things that you can be doing to stay productive and bring more awareness to your brand. And it'll just make you feel better in general. Like, nobody wants to be making beats and creating things and feeling like they're not being paid attention to. But I can guarantee you, if you're staying consistent and you're doing these things on a consistent basis, after a while, things are going to start to pick up for you. I can promise you that. So stay consistent. Cover all your bases as far as social media platforms are concerned. And maybe look outside of just trying to sell to rappers, sell to other content creatives. And look into maybe expanding your brand a little bit into maybe making sound kits and sample packs, and that'll help you as well. Oh, and one more thing. There's a lot of websites online that are housing producers' music for content creatives. So you don't necessarily have to find a content creative or a YouTube vlogger and ask them if they're looking for production. There's a lot of websites that will allow you to upload your beat to sell to other content creatives that are looking for background music. And there's a lot of content creatives that go to these websites all the time just looking for beats to add as background music, royalty-free music to add to the background music of YouTube. This is a very big business opportunity for you because YouTube has made it nearly impossible for you to use anything that you don't own, use any music that you don't own the rights to. So right off the bat, that opens up a whole world of people to your music that if you upload it on certain sites where they can buy it and use it royalty free, they'll buy the beats from you and use it as background music to their videos. And you can be getting a lot of traffic, especially if it's someone that's doing vlogs and videos all the time. They're always needing background music. If they like your music, they'll keep coming to you. So look into that. And that's it, man. This was just a quick video. I just thought it was something that maybe someone needed to hear. Someone asked me earlier on Instagram and DM how I go about doing some of these things. And so these are just some of the things that I do. And all of these different things that I do, none of them worked for a very long time. And I've been making beats for a really long time, and I'm just now starting to get to a space where I'm actually starting to see sales happen. So, but a lot of the reason for that is because I changed my perspective and I changed my approach in the way that I went about doing things. And sometimes it's just about changing your approach and being consistent. So hopefully this video helps you. And if not, I'm sorry. The end. It's ours. Peace. Stay productive.